Hey everybody, it's Coach Matt Ellis, EliteThrowsCoaching.com, and in today's video we are going to continue talking about preseason training for track and field. Again, this is great for if you are a thrower, jumper, sprinter, if you need to develop more strength, more power. This is going to be the right preseason training for you. And we're going to move on today to week 2. So again, this is a 3-day per week training program. So today is going to be week 2, days 1, 2, and 3. Like I do before every video, I just want to remind all of you that a workout like this does take a really good warm-up. So make sure, go to the link that just popped up there, the card that just popped up. Go to our website, subscribe to get our newsletter, and when you do that, you get 2 free videos. One of those videos is our full warm-up that all of our athletes do before training here at Primal every single day. It's going to get you prepared to do a workout like this, especially lower body work, which is 2 out of these 3 days. You've got a big squat day that's going to be coming up the first day of every week, and a deadlift day that's going to be at the end of the week. So we want to make sure we've got you guys warming up properly. You don't want to just jump under a bar and start squatting without doing some type of warm-up. So go to the website, click that card that popped up before, make sure you download that video, make sure you get signed up, avoid injury, make sure your body is prepared and ready to do this work. Okay, so this is where I say, hopefully to not too many of you, but this is where I say, I told you so. You need to write your workouts down. Hopefully all of you that started this workout last week have started writing down all of the weights that you did, the exercises that you did, the sets, the reps, the size dumbbells or kettlebells that you used, or if you use sandbags, whatever it is. Make sure you write all this stuff down, because if you take a look here, week 2, day 1 is basically the same workout as week 1, day 1. We're just going to be going a little bit heavier. Okay, so you need to know what you did last week so that you can go heavier than last week. Okay, so when I say things on video like this, make sure you guys are doing them. They really make sense. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do a squat. So we are on week 2, day 1. We are going to be squatting. Now, what type of squat? You are going to do the same exact squat that you did last week. Okay, so whatever that was, if that was a front squat, a back squat, a box squat, a pause squat, safety bar squat, cambered bar squat, whatever kind of squat that you did, you're going to do that same squat as last week. Last week we worked up to a moderate set of 5. This week it's a moderate set of 3. And once we get to that moderate set of 3, we're going to do 3 sets of that, and that includes this one. So you're working up. Say last week you squatted 275 for 275 for 5, and you probably could have gotten that 6 or 7 times. Let's bump it up maybe 10% or so. Let's go up to 295. Let's do that for 3 sets of 3. But remember, you need to pick a weight that you can do probably 5 times, and you're only going to do it for 3. So the goal of this, whether it's squat day, bench day, deadlift day, the goal of this is that your 3rd set of 3, your last set of that main movement, should be still able to get all 3 reps, having 1 or 2 reps left in the tank. Okay, do not forget that. That goes for squat day, bench day, and deadlift day. We're not pulling a 3-rep max. We're not pulling a maximum set of 3. Okay, we're doing an easy to moderate set of 3, something you could get for 4 or 5 repetitions very easily. Okay, next we're going to do lunges, the same exact lunge that you did last week. This week, instead of going to a moderate set of 10, we are going to a heavy set of 10. So last week you did 10 on your lunges, and you probably had 11 or 12 reps in there. You left a couple reps in the tank, a couple reps in reserve, RPE 8, whatever you've researched or done before. Now we're going to go to a heavy set of 10. So we're going to increase that weight, and we're going to do another 10, but we're going to go heavier than we did last week. We want this to be so that when you're on your 4th set, that 10th rep of your 4th set is going to feel almost impossible. We want really heavy on the assistance work. Vertical pull. Again, same exact thing as you did week 1. But we're going to go just like we did with lunges, 4 sets, and we're working up to a very heavy set of 10. So if you did a close grip pull down, for example, that's one of my favorites, close grip pull down. If you did, say, 150 pounds last week and you were able to get 4 good sets of 10, let's bump it up to 160, 170. We want that 4th set, the 10th rep of that 4th set, to be almost feeling impossible. I still need you to get it. I don't want you to miss, but it needs to feel really heavy, okay? We're gonna do the same exact circuit that we did last week. So we're gonna do body weight squats. Again, we're gonna do another 15. Planks, we're gonna do another 30 seconds. Face pull, we're gonna do another 30. Again, same plank, same face pull that you did last week. Everything is exactly the same, including the amount of repetitions. We're gonna go through this 3 times. And the amount of sets, we're gonna go through it 3 times. The amount of repetitions are the same as well. And then finally, we've got a little bit of grip work. So again, almost an identical workout as last week. We are just going heavier to make sure that you guys are progressing nicely. We don't want massive jumps, but we want a little bit of a jump every single time, just to make sure that we are, getting a little bit stronger, a little bit heavier, pushing your body a little bit more. Okay, so no shock. The second day of the week, your bench press day, is going to be almost the identical workout that it was during week 1. Just like squat. This week, we're going to work up to, again, same as week 1, but we're working up to a moderate set of 3. So again, this is a weight you could probably do for 4 or 5 repetitions. You're just going to stop when you get to 3. Once you get your first set of 3, you're going to do 2 more of those, same exact weight. So you're going to find, again, 3 sets of 3 repetitions with a weight that you could probably get for 4 or 5 reps. So we're building up from last week. We're going to do that opposite press, same thing that we did last week, same exact exercise that you picked last week. We're going to do that again. Now, again, we're going to do that same exercise for another 4 sets, just like we did last week, but instead of going to a moderate 10 like we did last week, now we're going to choose a heavy set of 10. So that 10th rep on your 4th set is going to be almost impossible. I still need you to get it, so we don't want to go heavy and only get 6 or 7. I still need you to get it, but it has to be almost impossible to get. We're going to do that straight pull. Again, instead of that vertical pull, we're going to do that linear pull, that horizontal pull, that straight pull. Again, same exercise that you had last week, 4 sets of 10, but again, it's going to be a heavy 10. So it's not going to be a moderate set of 10 like you did last week. It's going to be a heavy set of 10 where the 10th rep on your 4th set is going to be almost impossible. Still need you to be able to get that 10th rep. So don't go crazy heavy, but it needs to be almost impossible. Okay, it needs to be a struggle, but you need to get it. Then we have our circuit, same exact thing as last week. If you think you can go a little bit heavier on some of these things, please try it, but don't go crazy. So we've got our tricep press down. Okay, if you want to go up another 5 or 10 pounds and try that out, feel free to go ahead and do so. We have our crunch type movement. Again, crunch is in quotes, crunch type movement. Same thing, we're going to do 20 repetitions. It's the same exact exercise that you used last week. And then an upper back movement, maybe like another face pull or another type of rear deltoid movement for the upper back. The same exact exercise you did last week, again for 30 repetitions. We're going to go through this 3 times with about a minute rest in between. So you're going to go right from 15 press downs to 20 crunches to 30 face pulls or whatever it was. Then you're going to wait about a minute, do it a second time, wait another minute, do it a third time. And then finally, grip. So almost an identical workout to what you had last week, but just like squat day, we're going a little bit heavier. We're bumping the weight up just a little bit. We're not making it impossible, but we are bumping it up just a tad. All right, so I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking this is going to be the most boring 13-week video series that you've ever done. It's basically the same exact workout every single day. And it's not. I'm here to tell you guys that things are going to be getting a little bit different. So let me just write this. Bloop. So things are going to be getting a little bit different as we move. The first couple of weeks are just a build-up, just to kind of get your body adjusted, acclimated again to lifting some heavier weight. Okay, so I know week 2 and week 1 are almost identical. They're just a little bit heavier, but that's the way that you play this game. You don't want to make giant jumps and crazy jumps all over the place. You want to play this game so that you're making little jumps and giving your body time to adjust. Okay, so day 3, we're going to again be doing deadlifts. Same exact deadlift variation that you picked last week. So if it was a trap bar, if it was a sumo deadlift, if it was a rack pull, if it was a a deadlift off of blocks or whatever it might have been, deficit deadlift, whatever you decided to pick, we're going to do that all over again. This time though, it's the same thing as week 1, but we're working up to a moderate set of 2. So again, this is weight that if you were pulling like crazy max, you were trying to do as many as possible, you'd probably only be able to get 3 or 4. Once we get to that set of 2, we're going to do 2 more sets of that. So you're going to do 3 total sets of 2 repetitions, again at a moderate weight, a weight you could probably get for 3 or 4 reps. So we're just going to stop at 2. Okay, after that, we're going to use the same hinging movement that you did last week. So maybe this was a stiff leg deadlift, maybe this was a kettlebell, RDL, maybe this was some type of machine in your gym, whatever it was. We're going to do the same thing as last week. We're going to go 4 sets of 10 again, but just a little bit heavier than last week. This is something where you don't want it to really be a maximum set of 10 like you did on day 1 and day 2. Because again, this is a lot of lower back, a lot of hamstrings. We don't want to go crazy with this. We don't want to really get to the point where like you might strain your lower back or your form might get a little bit off and you might tweak something. We don't want you to get hurt. So again, increase the weight from last week, but don't make it a maximal set of 10 like you did on squat day and on bench day. Okay. After that, we have shoulder press, same exact thing that you did last week. 4 sets, again, of a heavy 10. Again, shoulders, smaller muscle group. You don't really want to max out your shoulders. It's not something like you're going to be in the world's strongest man contest doing like a max log press or axle press or something like that. So again, heavier than last week, but it should still be easy for you to get 4 sets of 10. Same exact bicep movement as last week. 10 to 12 repetitions, a little bit heavier if possible than last week. Same lower back exercise as last week, 10 to 12 repetitions. Same upper back exercise as last week, 10 to 12 repetitions. So hopefully you wrote everything down and the weight that you used. Just like bench day, there's no rest in between exercises, but there's a rest in between the circuit. So you're going to go right from your bicep work, right to your lower back work, right to your upper back work with no rest, and then you're going to take a minute off, do it a second time, take a minute off, do it a third time. Then you have your grip. All right, so that takes care of preseason training, week 2, days 1, 2, and 3. So we're already 6 days into your training. You can see over the course of 13 weeks of doing this, you're going to have 39 sessions in the gym. So that is a lot of time that you're going to be spending in the gym. Okay, make sure, go to the website, sign up for the newsletter, get the free warm-up video. Do that warm-up before every single workout, even your upper body day. I know there's a lot of lower body stuff in the warm-up, but you want to do that on your second day, on your bench day as well, just to get your lower body moving and work on getting more flexible, specific to what we're going to do in the weight room on your squat and your deadlift day. Don't skip it on your upper body day. A lot of people make that mistake. Okay. The other thing is that things are going to be changing here over the next couple of weeks. So next week is week 3, and remember, we work in 3-week waves. So after week 3, we're going to change things up a little bit. So continue watching, subscribe to this channel. Make sure to click that subscribe button and click that bell notification icon. Share this with your teammates, share this with your coaches, let them know what we're doing. Make sure that they are on board. They can be your training partners. They can work with you. And the more of your team that starts doing this, the more of your team that starts training and getting ready for that season, the better your entire team is going to be. All right, so thank you guys so much again for watching. Really appreciate all the love and all the views over the 8 years we've been doing these videos. Make sure to tune in next week and check out the blog at elitethrowscoaching.com. Thanks. Talk to you soon.